Hi, I'm Rob, and welcome to L Space Archives. Okay, so this is part 2 of 4 for our massive book haul, and we'll also be giving away a few books on this one too. So let's jump right in. I'll try to move through these as fast as I can because there's quite a bit here. First is E. Doc Smith. This is Second Stage Lensman with cover art by Jack Gahn. And we also have Children of the Lens, also a Jack Gahn cover, although he is uncredited on this one. Now we go from Doc Smith to Richard Cowper. This is Breakthrough. I have a couple of Cowper's books. I read his short story collection, Out Where the Big Ships Go. I liked his writing style, so I thought I would try some more of his. And then we have Clone by Richard Cowper. Next, I have a couple by Dan Gluey, A Scourge of Screamers, The Screamy Package, a searing blast of pain and fear which drives its victims into wreathing paroxysms of anguish, a raging plague for which the only cure is death. They tried everything: isolation institutes, screamer pickup squads stalking the streets, emergency sedation kits, whose plunging hypodermic needles set off pitifully wailing sirens that could be heard for blocks. But the epidemic continued to grow. And Lords of the Psychon. And then I picked up a whole bunch of A.E. Van Vogt. We have Children of Tomorrow, cover art by John Schoner. Mission to the Stars, the cover on this is uncredited. The Darkness on Diamondia, again cover art by John Schoner. The Anarchistic Colossus, no cover artist listed. The House That Stood Still. Quest for the Future, another John Schoner cover. Empire of the Atom, cover art by Microsoft Word Art. Destination Universe. The Players of Null A, cover art by Paul Lair. Tath. By the way, if I don't mention a cover artist on any of these, it just means that they aren't credited in the book. Rogue Ship, cover by Greg Theakston. The Man with 1,000 Names, cover by Penalva. M33 in Andromeda. Masters of Time. Then we have The Wizard of Lynn. And The Weapon Makers. And this is Earth Factor X, previously published as The Secret Galactics, with cover art by Deanne Kate. And finally, Pendulum, with cover art by Penalva. And now some Roger Zelazny, To Die in Italbar, with cover art by Carl Lundgren. The Walker in the Valley of Shadow. H was the name he was known by. H was unique in the galaxy, for he had the healing touch. Where there was plague, sickness, pain, H was the universal cure. But H also had the slaying touch. Where he went, death and disaster often followed. Where there had been health, there would be left desolation and desert. The talent alternated, it reversed itself, and H always warned people of this. To live in Edinbar or to die in Italbar? That was always the question. I already have this copy, so this goes on the giveaway pile. Okay, technically it's not a pile yet, but give me time. Then we have Isle of the Dead by Roger Zelazny, with cover by Leo and Diane Dillon. And I already have this copy as well, so we'll add that to the giveaway. And the last Zelazny is The Dream Master, another fantastic book which I already own. So we'll add that to the giveaway pile. So here's your chance to win a 3-book Zelazny bundle. If these interest you, let me know in the comments that you want the Zelazny, and we'll enter your name into the drawing. Next up is some Robert Heinlein, Tomorrow the Stars. This is actually an anthology edited by Heinlein. Revolt in 2100. Methuselah's Children. And this is The Star Beast. This has cover art by Steel Savage. Sounds like it should be a character in a series of men's adventure novels. Steel Savage, book cover artist by day, but deadly assassin by night, when the only brushes he has are brushes with death. And last Heinlein is Farmer in the Sky. Now, another author I never find out in the wild, at least not here in Phoenix, is D.G. Compton. And we have The Steel Crocodile, covered by Leo and Diane Dillon. And The Silent Multitude, more cover art by Leo and Diane Dillon. I've been wanting to check out Compton for a while, so looking forward to that. And now 3 books by Edmund Cooper. We have The Overman Culture, Michael is a fragile boy, one of a seemingly small number of children who grow tired when they run, who bleed when they are hurt, who can't take off their heads. As the fragile children discover each other, probe in the moldering ruins of London, and try to interpret what they find, they come to the conclusion that they must have been created by some super scientist as guinea pigs for an experiment. And what happens if the guinea pigs turn on their creator, on the Overman of the legend they all know? They may be destroyed, they may be set free, they may escape. And who or what are the others, the dry bones, who do not bleed, who can take off their heads? Edmund Cooper has secrets he can hide as well from you as from the fragiles. News from elsewhere. Elsewhere, where a group of superior scientists from Earth are unwittingly the playthings of the enlightened ones, where on Judgment Day, selected millions of people begin to drop off like flies, and where the Lizard of Woz, off on a brief terrestrial tour, most unfortunately falls in love with the most sylph-like, the most radiantly beautiful female he has ever seen, a Komodo dragon christened Cannibal. Elsewhere, where it's all happening. And finally, Transit, with art by Dean Ellis. 79 light years from Earth. This is home. This is the garden. This is the world where you will live and grow and understand. This is where you will discover enough, but not too much. This is where life is. It is yours. Richard Avery awoke with those words ringing in his mind. At first he thought that he and the three strangers with whom he found himself were the subjects in some weirdly alien experiment in human psychology. Then he discovered the others, the golden ones. They thought that the object of the experiment was to kill humans. I already own all three of these books in the same editions, so we have another 3-book bundle giveaway. If you've been wanting some Edmund Cooper in your life, say so in the comments and we'll enter you in the drawing for that set of books. So if you want the Zelazny set or the Cooper set, or if you're interested in both, you know the drill. Let me know. We have 2 more installments in this massive book haul. We'll be doing giveaways for each of them. Afterwards, I'll do a video where we draw winners for all of the giveaways. And once again, you do not need to worry about paying for shipping. We take care of that. And you do not need to live in the United States. Just someplace where you can receive packages and we will send them to you. So that will do it for this one. Hopefully, I'll see you back here for part 3. Until then, thanks for watching.